Society teaches us that family life should be Disney-esque. Everything should be perfect and there should be sunshine and lollipops all the time. But as a real person, you know that that is not true, that life just does not work that way. So we have several videos, I'll link to them up here, about emotionally abusive parents and how an adult child should separate from the parent. But I have a friend who's going through something right now where she's the parent and her children are being horrible and manipulative to her, which made me start thinking that sometimes it's a good idea for an older adult to divorce their adult children. So I thought it was time to make a video that shows the reverse angle of dysfunctional families and what you should do about it. Hi, it's Robin with SeniorSafetyAdvice.com. Tune into our channel for tips and hints for seniors and caregivers about aging in place safely. So, as an older adult, as a mother myself, I know I'm never separated from my children. That's just how I'm put together. So if my child needs me and it's within my abilities to help my child, I definitely will do that. But sometimes children can take advantage of parents in ways that they really shouldn't and in ways that are detrimental for that older adult. And even if they're not taking advantage of the parent, sometimes they can be so manipulative and horrible to the parent that it's really better for you, the older adult, to just take a step back and stop for your own peace of mind, to stop with the interaction and not fall prey to that manipulation. Obviously, we all have disagreements at times, so I'm not suggesting that you step back from your child just because you had a squabble. I'm talking more about a child who continually makes you feel bad about yourself, continually makes you feel like you have to second guess everything that you did when you were raising them, even if you tried your best. I'm talking about an adult child who has their own issues and concerns now that they are older and on their own and establishing their own lives or have already established, but yet they keep blaming you for their problems. They're not able to see in themselves what they have done to create their current situation. It's always your fault. Or maybe your adult child is one that constantly is begging for money or, insinuating that you haven't done enough, so you owe them. The good friend that I was talking about a little while ago has always had a close relationship with her daughter. But her daughter got married a couple of years ago. And after that marriage, just like with any influence, your partner, your spouse, that person is going to be a new influence in your life. And so, in the case of my friend, she and her daughter suddenly are not communicating. They're not talking like they used to, they're not as close as they were. It makes it difficult for an adult child because if they are married or they're, in a committed relationship with someone, obviously they are going to listen to that person. And there's nothing wrong with that other than in the case of my friend, she and her daughter stopped communicating. My friend actually made a move to a new city to be closer to her daughter because she was trying to reestablish that relationship. And when she moved within a week or so, her daughter sat her down and said, I'm sorry, you are going to have to let me come to you. So you're going to have to just take a step back. Don't call us, we'll call you. Now, I have no idea. There's always two sides to every story. So it's possible that over the years, my friend did something that caused this, but she, in her mind, does not think she did. And I am here to tell you, as we all know, just like with a parent that can be emotionally abusive, children can be as well. I was reading an article in Psychology Today, which I will link down below in the description, but it talks about how There are plenty of emotionally abusive, well, also physically abusive older children or adult children. And older parents seem to put up with it because of the fact that they are the parent, and I guess they feel like they owe their child. The child makes them feel like they owe them, something to that effect. Please don't do that. You are in your golden years now. You should be enjoying your life and your retirement that you worked so hard for. And you cannot continue to let your adult child rule you. So it is maybe sometimes better for you to step back and disconnect. It doesn't have to be forever, although in some cases it is better if it's forever. But if you're finding that you're in situations where your child is constantly manipulating you or constantly making you feel bad about yourself as a parent when you know you did your absolute best for them, if they're gaslighting you, it might just be time for your own peace of mind to step back. It's so difficult as a parent, especially as a mother. You carry that baby for 9 months and you love it and you nourish it and you take care of it and you try to make sure that your child has the life you didn't have and has the best upbringing, and you pay for their college and you do all of these things. So it's very easy to see how a child can play on those emotions and that tie with you to make you feel like you really need to continue doing whatever it is that they're requesting of you. So, really, back to that Psychology Today article that I was talking about earlier, it says in there that there are 3 times that you should really consider divorcing your adult child. The first one is if there is emotional abuse and manipulation. If your adult child is constantly belittling you, or they're manipulating you, they're trying to control you, that is a time that you really need to strongly consider stepping back. Next, really take a deep look into the situation and be sure that you are not overstepping. Maybe you're thinking you're trying to help. Maybe your child has told you they don't want your help, but you're forcing it anyway because you care and you want the best for them. So be honest with yourself and see whether it actually is the situation. If it is, then again, like what we were just saying with stepping back and letting them make their own decisions, then you need to step back and resist the temptation to try to help them. Another time when it is acceptable is to distance yourself from your adult child when there are substance abuse problems. I know this is so difficult, but so often parents go on for years and years and investing money in rehab and things like that for their child. And yes, you should try those things. But when it comes down to it, if you have tried those things, sometimes it's better to detach if that child persists in that substance abuse. I don't mean that you shouldn't support them emotionally and whatever, but like if you see that as a pattern, that the money you are giving them and the help you are giving them is enabling them to continue their substance abuse, that's a time that you need to step back with love for your child because you're doing it for love, but you need to step back to save yourself, so to speak. And that cutting of ties may be the impetus that they need to actually go and seek help. The first thing you can do if you're ready to take a step back is to try a temporary detachment. What I mean by that is step back, allow your child to make their own decisions, and resist the temptation to step in and try to rescue them. It's going to lower your stress and your anxiety to not carry that burden anymore. And the next thing to do is to set clear boundaries, especially if your child is being rude and being hateful. Let them know that you're not going to tolerate their abuse anymore. You're not going to tolerate them asking for money anymore, whatever it is. You're not going to tolerate it. And then you have to stick to those boundaries. It's kind of like, when your kids are little and you say, don't do that anymore because you'll get hurt. And then you pick the child up and you remove them from whatever it is that they're doing. It's kind of the same way. That's a boundary. You're setting a boundary now in adulthood, and then you need to also keep that boundary. Another thing to do, if you haven't already, is to consider therapy, family therapy. It's something that you can go to on your own, or you really ideally should go to with your adult child. You can even do it by video nowadays. They have plenty of remote counseling sessions. So find somebody where you can connect together and go through therapy together, or join a support group. That at least will give you the strength to keep those boundaries that you have set and stick to them. Also, it will help you understand you're not alone in this. And speaking of, are you alone? I know you feel like you're alone, but plenty of people are going through this. So if you are an older adult who's having some issues with your adult child and you're thinking you need to take a step back, leave us a comment. Let us know your story down below in the comment section, because others are going to gain strength from hearing that they are not alone. And lastly, you want to prioritize your own self-care. Again, that might be through therapy or joining a support group or just even taking time on your own to step back. Keep in mind that the world going forward is going to look different for you, because if you do choose to disconnect entirely, even if it's for a short period, a temporary period, you're still not going to have that child, and you're going to miss them, and you're going to grieve for them and grieve for what you're losing. But again, sometimes you have to go through that process to come out the other side happier, healthier, emotionally for sure, healthier. And you just have to go through the process, as painful as it is. You need to do what's best for you. So thank you for listening. Please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, hit the subscription button down in the corner here, and also the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our informative videos. And if you think that this episode is something that you should share with someone else in your life, please go ahead and share that. We'll help them as well. So thank you very much again for watching, and until the next video, take care. Bye.